Here comes your pre-market summary for Wednesday, April 5th. Futures trying to hold on to positive territory here. Pretty flat to start ahead of key economic data coming out this morning. We're going to get ADP employment listings data and private payrolls data coming out at 8:15. And then we also get PMI numbers, both 9:45 for the S&P and then ISM coming out at 10 o'clock this morning. There is an employment portion to that release as well. Here's how futures are looking to start things off. Negative 0.07 there for the S&P. As I said, pretty flat right across all three U.S. markets to kick things off, including down here. Crude oil back to basically flat on the day as well. Was a little bit red when I first sat down coming off. A big move 2 days ago, and then we held that gap yesterday. So we'll see what happens for energy markets this morning. Both Bitcoin and Ethereum back in positive territory as well. As I mentioned, the ADP employment change number coming out at 8:15. We're also going to get this S&P services PMI, the final reading, and then at 10 o'clock, the bigger one, ISM services PMI coming out as well. So we'll bring all of those to you as they happen this morning. As I mentioned, there's an employment portion to that ISM number again at 10 o'clock. Overall, that's how the market's setting up. That's the S&P or the SPY, the ETF anyways. A bit of a pullback yesterday after what a monster run-up this has been over the past week or so for both the S&P and the NASDAQ here with the Qs back above that 320 area yesterday briefly. We're back to 319. As far as tech is concerned, a few things to note this morning. NVDA downside here pre-market. Google, Alphabet upside. Google comes out after the close yesterday and talked a little bit about some of the details surrounding the supercomputer that programmed their Baird AI and said specifically it was more powerful than NVIDIA's. So NVIDIA under a little bit of pressure. Google, as I mentioned, to the upside. On that news, there it is, affecting both in opposite directions here. We'll see how that plays out this morning. AI back on watch. What a reversal we got in C3 AI yesterday after that Kerrisdale Capital short report comes out on them, pointing to quote unquote questionable and aggressive accounting techniques used by C3 AI. So the entire group was downside in a big way, including GFAI. There's BBAI. We'll talk about them all coming up here this morning. Tesla back on watch as well. Full self-driving coming to China. They're going to test out the entire thing according to Elon. So this was coming off yesterday's announcement that Gigafactory Shanghai deliveries were up 35% anyway in the month of March. So Tesla was downside a little bit here to start, but trying to get back to positive territory. Meta also trying to get back to positive territory once again. Count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row. Green for Meta, Jefferies and Argus, both with positive notes this morning on the stock. So nice look for Meta to kick things off. Palantir, more Microsoft-related news. They're expanding their current cloud-based partnership, and this one we talked about yesterday, IFRX. Yeah, huge move late in the day yesterday on that FDA nod for their COVID treatment. Grab that watch list, guys. Use the QR code on screen right now. We're coming up at 8:30 again. A ton of economic data coming out, 9:45, 10 o'clock, the key ones. No Fed speakers today that I've seen. Anyways, we'll see you shortly on TraderTV.Live.